Welcome back to Dash Explorer. I'm Sarah, and as a creator for YouTube, I obviously take a lot of videos. I mentioned this last week, I have so many memory cards full of videos and things that I've taken of my family, and I've been capturing and editing videos for my family specifically for the last 5 years since we became parents, but I edited together my first family home video back in December of 2013, so I have been doing this for a long time, and I know how special capturing those memories can be. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to document your family trip so that you can remember this experience and those times with your family for years to come. So when you're going on a family trip, there is so much to think about, especially as the adult planning the trip. You have to think about travel and transportation and accommodations and food and your kids and packing, and trust me, I have been there, I have stressed about it all. And it can feel a little overwhelming to add one more thing onto your plate, but adding this one thing to your list will give you something that will be better than any souvenir that you can buy while you are gone. And that is a trip home video. We've all been there where we've been on a trip and we've captured a video on our phone and then it just lives there forever. And I want you to stop doing that and to take those videos off of your phone and put them together into a meaningful piece of video that you can share with your family and your friends so they can see what you experienced while you were on your trip. And I'm hoping that by sharing this framework with you, you can take intentional shots and spend less time on your phone taking videos and more time experiencing and enjoying time with your family. We all have these incredibly powerful cameras in our pockets, and compared to the over-the-shoulder cameras that our parents and grandparents carried around, we are so lucky to have something that is so small and so light that can capture beautiful videos without adding any extra weight or anything crazy. So take advantage of this powerful device that you have and make those family memories. So let's jump into how to document your family trip. But before I get into the actual framework of what you should and shouldn't capture, let's take one quick second to go back to talking about phones. If you are going to be capturing your family trip on your cell phone, I want you to stop right now recording your videos like this. We live in the age of Instagram and TikTok and all the things. I understand that, and that is very common to record videos this way. Do not do this. Stop it. Stop it right now. Turn your phone sideways and record it in landscape mode, because these videos are gonna be so fabulous, I just know it, and you're gonna wanna watch it on your TV or on your computer or on some kind of larger device. You're gonna want your videos to be landscape. This cuts off so much of your field of view of what you can see, so please, please, please stop recording home videos in portrait mode. Not portrait mode the setting, portrait mode the orientation. Landscape. Okay, so I will get off my soapbox now and let's jump into how you document your trip. So to start off with, you're probably gonna wanna do just a little bit of planning. Now, I'm not trying to overwhelm you. I know that you are already doing enough planning for this trip and I do not wanna make things scary, but if you think out documenting your trip a little bit ahead of time, it means that you will spend less time recording stuff and more time living in the moment. So the video planning is gonna start with looking at your itinerary, knowing what you want to capture from whatever you are experiencing while you're on your trip. It's gonna look like taking notes on what I'm teaching you right now of the things that you want to capture and that you don't want to capture, so that you can be a little bit more intentional again with what you're shooting. And finally, you want to think about this video like telling a story. You want to make sure that you have all the pieces of the story when you get home from your trip, so that you don't get home and realize, man, I wish I'd gotten that shot, or I wish I'd done that. So just thinking a little bit through it. It doesn't need to be hours and hours of time, but just thinking through what you're gonna do on your trip, what you're gonna experience, and what you're probably gonna wanna remember when you get home will make actually recording things on the trip significantly easier. Also, I want you to remember that you have to start somewhere. And a great way to practice this and to get this framework down in your head is to go out and do a day trip with your kids. Take them to the zoo, take them to the mall. Just go to the grocery store and film your trip. Follow these steps and think through these things that I'm going to share with you, and edit together a short little video with the video that is coming next week, and just practice with everyday normal things so that once you get on your trip, it doesn't feel quite as daunting when you've never done it before. So to make this simple for you, I have broken it down into 4 simple steps of the 4 different types of videos that you want to take while you're on your trip. So to get things started, I want you to start getting in the habit of taking narration style videos. So this means holding your phone up in selfie style videos, or having your partner or whoever you're traveling with hold your phone for you, get in a tripod, whatever, and talking about what you're doing. Talk through where you're going. Day 1 in Paris. We have had a lovely day. The weather this morning was perfect.
All right, one last day in Rome. Time for us to go on our food tour and then check off any last minute things we have left we haven't done yet. We basically saw the whole city yesterday.
I don't know what your trip's gonna look like, but talking to the camera and explaining what's going on. These clips can be super helpful, especially if you record them in the moment, to have when you get home to kind of help you continue to tell that story. Again, I'm gonna say this over and over again, you're trying to tell a story with your video. So the more that you talk and explain can truly, truly help tell that story in the video. And again, this might feel really awkward and kind of uncomfortable, but it is always worth it in the end. I will never ever forget the first narration style video that Andrew and I took together. He and I were on a kid-free trip to Houston. We were really early into our video making days. We were watching a lot of YouTube creators, and very jokingly, Andrew pulled out our camera and he started recording a narration style video.
So we just had the best tacos
of the trip by far, and it was a total accidental find.
We had just had, honestly, probably the best tacos I've ever had in my life, and we just pulled out the camera and we're honestly a little sarcastic and like joking through the whole video. But when I got home and started editing our home video together, it like really helped the story to flow. But also we had some of the best tacos we'd ever had. And it helped me to realize by recording this one silly joke video, how important those kinds of videos are. And now it's something that we do every time that we go anywhere. We explain what we did, we talk about what we've just done or what we've eaten. And those kinds of videos are always the best when we get home from our trip. And one more thing to keep in mind for these narration style videos is that it does not have to be all in one take. You can always edit those clips after the fact, so don't overstress it and just make sure you press record. All right, the next kind of shot that you want to focus on getting are transition shots. So that is showing that you are moving from one place to the next. This can look like flying on a plane, so just setting up the fact that you have traveled somewhere, or getting in the car and driving to the zoo for your simple video. Just something that shows movement. Again, especially on a trip, especially international, you're probably going to take some really cool and crazy transportation. So you might be in an Uber, you might be driving in the car, you might be on a train or a subway or an Uber boat, or it might just be your legs. Point the camera down and show yourself walking, or take a video of your partner pushing the stroller, or whoever's on your trip. But take several videos showing movement. Now, one tip with these transition shots is you don't actually have to take transition shots every time you move from place to place while you're on your trip. Sometimes, especially if we change the type of road that we're walking on, if we go from sidewalk to pavement to cobblestone streets in one walk, I'll record a couple videos of me walking so that I can sprinkle those throughout the video. Or maybe I'll do a couple of different shots of being in the car if we're driving in the same place over and over again. You can kind of record a bunch of those at once, but having those transition shots make your story of your trip less jarring to just be at the Coliseum and then all of a sudden be at the Trevi Fountain. Like, those aren't really that close together. So having those transition shots can really help your video flow more smoothly and tell that story that you're trying to tell. All right, so we have recorded some narration of our trip. We have recorded some transition videos. The next is focusing on recording the activities and the experiences that you have on your trip. And for these, you want to get two different kinds of shots. You want to get some wide shots, which are far back, at a distance, show where you are, really set the scene, and you want to get detailed shots. So my formula that I kind of use in my head for this is to get 2 to 4 wide shots. So maybe that's the outside of the restaurant that we're going into, a big shot from the lobby of the restaurant so that you can see the whole inside. So that's my 2 shots of the restaurant. And then I want to show some details. So maybe I'll take a video of our drinks, of our food, our menus, some of the wall decor that kind of fits into the vibe of the place. Or if we're at the Coliseum, I'll get a wide shot of the Coliseum from afar, a couple wide shots inside the Coliseum that show how big and giant and the scale of this massive place. But then I'll also get some details of the texture of the walls, the types of columns they have in there, the museum pieces that they have sprinkled throughout it. And for those detailed shots, I try to have at least 4 to 8, maybe a little bit more, to really paint the picture of the place that we've been in. These shots also don't need to have your family in it. And personally, I prefer that our family is not in these clips because that puts the focus solely on what we are trying to show, whether that's the Eiffel Tower or some unique restaurant in the middle of Iceland. It puts the focus on those specific places and not on my family. And trust me, you're going to take plenty of videos of your family too. So for these detailed shots, make sure you're focusing specifically on the location and not so much on your family. Now, I'm telling you these formulas as just a rough guideline. Personally, I'm not really good at sticking to these numbers, but if at the bare minimum you have 2 to 4 wide shots at a distance that really show the place that you're in, and then 4 to 8 detailed shots of the things that make up the place that you're in, you will really be able to paint a beautiful picture of the place that you're visiting with your family. Now, I know you might be thinking 2 to 4 wide shots, 4 to 8 detail shots, and all the places you might be going, that really adds up. But the one thing I want you to keep in mind is that these clips do not have to be long. I try to keep them anywhere between 3 and 6 seconds long because that's really all you need to get a visual cue for yourself or anybody who's watching of what this place is like. 3 to 6 seconds is a lot longer than you would think. So hit record, watch that counter go up to anywhere between 3 and 6 seconds, and then end the video and move on to the next thing. So now that you have set the scene of your activities with your wide shots and your detailed shots, the final shot that I really try to make sure that I get are reaction shots, whether that is seeing something for the first time. Like, I have videos of Haley seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time after watching it on Fancy Nancy for like 2 years before we went to Paris.
What is that?
Eiffel Tower.
Haley!
So beautiful.
I have her first ride on a carousel, so experiencing that ride for the first time and hearing her sweet little voice saying, "Wow, this is fun," will never get old.
Oh my gosh.
Same thing with food. If you're trying this food that you've always wanted to try, getting a reaction shot of you or your kids or your partner or whoever trying these foods, having those reaction shots continue to tell the story of what you are experiencing while you're on your trip. Now, these reaction shots can also kind of be tied back into the narration shots. So sometimes, especially I think back to like the taco video that I've already talked about, like, wow, we've just had these incredible tacos and we didn't even mean to find this place. It just kind of happened upon it. Or like when Andrew and I went to Iceland, like, oh my gosh, we just saw this waterfall that is like unlike anything I've ever seen before. Or I can't believe how blue the glaciers are. Like talking about what you're seeing and showing the emotion of what you just experienced, especially if you record it in the moment and not like several hours later when you get home, you can feel your energy, and that energy will translate into your video. And I think the reaction style videos are really what make a video a video. It is going to share the true experience of what you did on your trip, how you felt, what you saw, your facial reaction. Like those are the memories that are burned in our brains already, but to have them so that you can revisit them over and over again are so special and is worth it every single time. So I think that about wraps it up for how to go about documenting your trip. So to sum it up for you one more time, you want to make sure you record narration videos, set up the scene, where are you going, take those narration videos throughout your trip. You want to take transition videos, walking, flying, show the movement of yourself throughout the trip. You want to set the scene for where you are and what you're doing. So taking 2 to 4 wide shots and 4 to 8 detailed shots to show, not tell, where you are and what you're about to experience. And then finally, you want to record reaction shots. How you feel when you tasted that food, how you feel when you experienced that ride for the first time. Like those shots are what help bind the whole story together. So think about those things as you go into your next trip. I hope that you found this video helpful and that you are so excited to go on your next trip or to just go to the zoo or to Target and record some videos of your family. Practice is so important. But if you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could give this video a like. And if you found it helpful, or if you're going to go out and try to record some of these videos, we would also really appreciate it if you could drop us a comment down below. We would love to hear about how your trip documenting experiences go. And if you want to follow along for more family travel tips, family travel adventures, or to catch our next video on how to edit all of these videos you've taken together, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you can get notified when we post new videos. And you can head over to Instagram and follow us at @explore. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and we will catch you in the next video where I will be teaching you how to edit your videos together. Bye!